So yeah, I think people want to know how to axle. People want to know how to camel spin. But before you get into the camel spin or axle, you need to be under the control. Your edge needs to be under the control, I guess.
Absolutely, yes. What skater doesn't want to be able to do a jump that they haven't done before? It's not really that flashy or impressive, doing better stroking and working on these subtle details, the stability of your blade, your alignment. This is kind of like doing scales and chords in piano, or it's kind of like doing math in school, it's kind of like taking your vitamins. It's not really something that's fun, but it's ironically going to help your jumps more than actually practicing the jumps. So if you practice these basics, these fundamentals, your jumps are going to improve a lot. And especially because unlearning is so much more difficult than learning. So if you just decide you're going to try to do your axel without the proper foundation of skating skills, you're going to develop bad habits in most cases that are going to be very, very difficult and time consuming and actually impossible in the long run to completely eradicate from your technique. So starting with good technique, building the foundation in the right order, and reminding yourself frequently every day when you practice of these subtleties about basic figure skating skill is going to be really a lot to your benefit.
I'm working toward to get the axle to make it bigger, cover more ice and then more speed and jump higher. And in order for me to get the bigger axle, I need to have a mohawk. This mohawk have to be very precise and then have to be under the control, because I tend to go this stepping forward or too shallow, or this outside to keep this outside, it gets shallower. So I want to have deeper outside to deeper outside so I can jump.
That's a good example, actually, of a fundamental skating skill that's going to improve your axle. And if you can't do that mohawk well, that mohawk really sets up the jump. So if you don't do it well, your jump is going to suffer. Sheldon Galbraith, my coach for many years, used to really stress the importance of this mohawk, the importance of being able to go from a leaning, curving back outside edge without any flat to a leaning, curving forward outside edge. Let me see if I can do this with You notice I don't have any flat. I'm stepping right on an edge, right on an edge, right on an edge. If I can do that mohawk well, it's going to set up the best and easiest and most beautiful axle. So yes, Ryoko, thanks for bringing up that good example.
Well, actually, the Sheldon Galbraith student, which is my coach, Don Jackson, the first person who landed double axel, he taught me.
I don't know if Don Jackson was the first person to land a double.
First time he landed the triple lat. Triple lat.
Triple lat's king.
Yeah, he taught me this exercise all the time. Outside to outside, outside to outside, outside to outside, outside
to
outside.
Yeah, and you'll notice that you keep a right angle, which is what I totally believe in. It's kind of this motion that you need to do to change from one foot to the other. I'm not doing this leaning against the boards. This is how I teach it. That's a nice one as well. Yeah, you're doing this as part of the action of doing this mohawk. So you see, one foot is not, I'm not on 2 feet, I'm on 1 foot at a time, but it's basically that same motion that you can see from here, motion. And I do that motion, then I step. Motion, step. And then I can step right on the leaning, curving outside edge, because how you start your edge is the key to doing a good jump. It's not just a matter of getting on a deep edge to take off. It's a matter of starting that edge deep. That's going to make the most beautiful jump. So yes, that turnout position, I think, is good for aesthetics and for technique. That turnout. Yes, you can definitely work on that and get better. You can definitely work on getting the motion to happen. Motion, then step. Don't try to step too soon. Do this motion, then step. And then you can step right on the curving.
I worry about my blade, step on my blade attached to the blade.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah, you're actually stepping flat. I don't know if you know, you're stepping a little too soon and you're stepping flat. This is very difficult to do.